So many stories, so many pains.
All around the productions.
Stories of heart, murder, holiness, love, passion, passion, passion. Oh, the pain to not be able to speak when you want to be heard. Who would be the one? Clairvoyancy, clairaudiency. Any way we can get it done. Someone's got to do it. Sides to the paranormal, but who will be the one? There are many. We need a whisperer. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. No sunshine when she's gone. Oh, don't mind her. She just came by for a haircut. Welcome back to Lehigh Valley Ghost Whisper. This time, we're just gonna make a short pit stop back in Allentown. Just a short little gift for cab. That's right. Just to have a little bit of fun. Let's go and see what we find at the old Allentown graveyard. There. Oh yeah. Many famous people from Allentown have been buried in there, including Tillman Good. Served 3 terms as Allentown mayor and a huge celebrity here in the city of Allentown. In tradition, they named an entire road after him, Tillman Street. Not a bad story. Not a bad story at all. He's buried in the graveyard known as the old Allentown Cemetery. Here, along with his wife, many high-class citizens that have come to the city of Allentown in this time when it was growing to be the 3rd largest city in the state of Pennsylvania. Rumor has it, an old country singer came to perform at a celebration and a memorial for him. The singer's name, Mr. Hank Williams. So let us see what we find at the Allentown Cemetery. There, gift for gabs. Just gift for gabs. Well, where I'm at right now is the old Allentown Cemetery. Found on 10th and Linden. I've been in this place before. Used to hang out here sometimes as a teenager. Not a lot of creepy stories, but you just happen to find out that there are 1 or 2 ghost legends that come from here. And I was a little bored tonight, so I decided to come out here. Right here in this cemetery, see how much we can see. Really dark. I'm going to try to take some pictures and run the ghost radar for a little bit. It's not going to be a very long episode. But I'm kind of curious to take a couple of pictures, see if we catch anything. Ghost radar. Let's see what happens. Take some pictures. Okay, I don't know how much you can see right now. Hopefully pretty much. It's not, I mean, it's full-fledged dark. It's definitely dark out tonight. However, the graveyard is lit up pretty well from the city lights, as you can see. We've got the peeping owl right there. Big parts of the city being built. Allentown stretching to become a pretty big deal, as you can see. And as you head over more, over to that peeping owl, Allentown's building up to be pretty big with the new arena, which is right over there. Got your arena, everything building up purple. You see the purple. It's our Phantoms. United States flags everywhere. It's our arena. I try to film around the grave if we can get a clear enough picture. Try to see if we could pick up any murals, shadows, anything along those lines. Orbs are going to be difficult to pick out because of the city lights that surround us. And hopefully we don't run into any crackheads or trouble while we're here. If so, worst case scenario, I believe my taser is on me. Maybe not. Well, I guess I'll have to be discreet, if you will. The reason why I decided to come here, I was doing a little research. I wanted to do the Old West Cemetery, or the West End Cemetery. I went to do it, couldn't do it. Couldn't do the cemetery because of over this past winter that we've had. I had some things that I wanted to do as far as there being an underground entrance underneath that graveyard. A lot of legends and history there. And I grew up messing around in that graveyard my whole life. I wanted to film in there, but there's no way to get in there. They've locked up the entire graveyard. Sinkholes, a lot of sinkholes from the last winter. Like almost as if the ground is caving in. They say it's too dangerous for people to be in there, so they locked it up. So the next closest place was here, the old Allentown graveyard, or cemetery, excuse me. But there is an interesting story about this place that a lot of people are very unfamiliar with. One of the men that are buried in here, his name was Tillman Good. Tillman Street in Allentown was named after him. His wife is buried here as well. He was very, very, very famous, popular. Did a lot of good things for people. And he ended up serving 2 terms, not 1 but 2 terms, as the mayor of Allentown, Pennsylvania. A good friend of his, from what I'm understanding, his passing, somebody who grew up to know him, when he had passed away, they had his funeral in here, big gathering, or huge gathering for him in here, and a man, a very popular singer, came in here to sing a ballad for him, who sat here exactly on this park bench, right next to this tree, and sang some of his favorite songs for him on the day that he was buried. A little creepy, isn't it? What's that? Weird. But that person who ended up singing the ballads, name was Hank Williams, a country singer, very famous singer. A lot of people may know Hank Williams Jr. For doing the Monday Night Football ballad. His father was obviously an even bigger country singer than he was. Well, he sat on this bench and sang ballads, and I'm going to take a couple more pictures, and then I'm going to try to shoot with the ghost radar and see what we find. I find it absolutely cool to be able to try to waste some time and go in there and see what we find. Of course we make contact. We're in a cemetery, and in a cemetery you're almost guaranteed to have something try to communicate on the ghost radar. Who knows, would it even be possible that we could even speak to Mr. Hank himself, Hank Williams? How decent that would be. But even if we don't, that's fine. Let's just see what kind of stories, and if we can find anything that has anything to do with that event, and let the spirits there tell us, not anybody else. This is their opportunity. The Whiperer has arrived. How frustrated spirits are how frustrated the spirits are when they can't communicate with others. But when they get the opportunity, what will they say? What will we find? But listen. I'm sure we're gonna find something. Oh, here we are, sitting on the same bench that Hank Williams sang through, and I'm on immediate response. There was somebody sitting in front of me before I could get the camera on it. So weird, because sitting on this bench brings back memories. I used to sit here and drink underage with some of the hobos when I was growing up. But we definitely have somebody here amongst us. Fresh. A really nice smell is in the air right now. It smells like definite food. See if we get anything. Yeah, we got instant contact. Probably don't remember me being here.
Local.
Yes, I am a local. Wow, that smell smells really good. Are you a local? Is this Tillman Goody? At night in the middle of the old Allentown cemetery, have one that's willing to talk. Sees me as a fresh individual walking through here, realizes I am a local from Allentown. See if we can get anything more from this. I do expect to hear something about the city of Allentown. Got a lot of energy flow, very high in energy flow. There we go. Come and talk to me. Oh, bitch. It's a little buggy. Man, it smells amazing out here, though. I must say that, it smells amazing. I don't want to leave my vehicle unattended too long. I will probably try to shoot again in the daytime. Anybody here? There you go. Come and talk to me. Oh, there we go. We got a few of them now.
Down.
Down. What, downtown?
Western.
Oh, Western Cemetery is down that way. or Western music? Country Western? That is what Hank Williams sang. Was country Western. I'm an Eagles fan, so I got a country Western song for you. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. There's a very good chance we could be talking to Tillman Good right now. Tillman Good, is this you? Real itchy. Excuse me on that. Tillman Good. Or perhaps his wife. Mary, are you here? Expected to see more people walking through here, but we've been pretty fortunate with that so far. Is Hank Williams here? I figure I would run into Tillman before I would run into Hank. I haven't seen things in the corner of my eye. Looking around. A lot of people walking by the graveyard, but nobody really walking into it. I had one person on a bike fly by. Seems like as fast as it could. Smoke. Yes, I do smoke. Right next to me too, right there. You smell that smoke in the air. It does smell like a barbecue or something. I'll light up a cigarette if you want me to smoke. Or would you like some herb? Give me a minute, people. Alrighty. Got one out. Couldn't tell you how many times I did smoke herb here. Couldn't tell you.
Satellites.
Satellites. Oh, yeah, Now, what would that have to do with what's going on? Oh, this ghost radar runs off satellites. It's recognizing the ghost radar.
Pink.
Pink, interesting. That, I don't know. So far, everything is accurate except for that, unless it's trying to tell me something. Perhaps his wife wore pink. Just a guess. That's a guess. That's not a whisper. That is smoke, ladies and gentlemen. That is not ghost entity like somebody would think, or mirage. That's actual smoke from my cigarette. See? I does kind of look pink in there, though. Look at that. It does look pink.
Wonderful.
Thank you. You're pretty wonderful yourself. You've got two. Perhaps the sound of the music sounds wonderful. Wow, many are gathering now. We've got several. See? They're very pleased, as you can see. They're standing to the right side of me. And perhaps
Small.
sitting on a bench with me. Small. Ooh. It is a small one. That was smaller than the others. Did you see that? A child.
Ford.
Yeah. Ford is good. Plenty of action. And you know what's crazy? It's right next to me here is some tombstones, and one of them is of a child. I'll show you that in a minute. There are 4 tombstones right next to this bench, and one of them is of a child, small. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. They are in German writing, I believe. Since I've lit the cigarette, I've gotten more contact. There were forts in Allentown. Allentown was hugely involved in both the Revolutionary and the Civil War time periods. In fact, you'd be surprised how much history sits in this area of Allentown, Lehigh Valley area during that time period. A lot of our ghostly history seems to come from that time period. It's a child, a small child. As you've seen the orb on here, well,
Themselves.
that picks up with small. Themselves. I think I'm talking to the family that I am sitting right next to right now. That's what it appears
Brass.
to be. Brass. The brass part, you may have me fooled there. See if we can see this. These are the tombstones right here. The family. There's one right behind me right there. I don't know if you see it. 1, 2, 3, and then the child is right there. That's the child's grave, the small one. Just happened to realize I was sitting next to them. And, I like the fact that it's peaceful in here right now. Anything else you would like to tell me before I leave? Tell me something about Allentown. You know you like country western. Hank Williams did play here for Tillman Goody's funeral. A very young Hank Williams, might I add. One of them doesn't seem too comfortable that I'm here. Just one of them. And there he is right there, creeping up on me behind me. See how he creeps out and back in? Almost like he's looking over me. There we are, they're all lining up right in front of me now. Right here. Ooh,
Swam.
what's that? Did you see that? I'm sitting down, I'm not standing up. That was not my shadow right there. I'm gonna have to look at that again.
Carry.
That shadow that was just present was not my shadow. Carry. What I'm carrying. Perhaps my camera. That was my finger. That was an accident. I have this weird feeling that I should be wrapping this up right now. This doesn't feel too positive. Keep picking up an image right there. Right there, you see it? Comes and it goes. I am sitting down on the bench, see? I am sitting down on the bench. That shadow is clearly standing up. There's nobody behind me. Three more minutes and I'm shutting her down. Starting to feel an uncomfortable vibe now. Almost like a warning.
Cave.
Cave. I don't understand that. Something's telling me I should probably go. What about a cave? The only word that hasn't made sense. Alright, now I'm gonna stand up. Shoot around me. Hey, there's nobody behind me in here. I'm all by myself. In the old Allentown cemetery. There's people walking by, but not in. I'm gonna take one attempt. I'll run this as I'm walking down. Yeah. Tombstones that I was referring to. The child. Always seems to be of the child. Children's spirits are very strongly detected in haunted spots. The bench. As you can see, it's being messed with pretty often. My camera's focus is in and out, and I have a very good camera. It doesn't usually have problems with the focus unless it's being tampered with. And it has been being tampered with as of recently. I am about to wrap this session up, however. because I'm feeling uncomfortable, like thievery, I guess, with the feeling I'm picking up, like it's warning me I can be robbed. I don't see anybody in here though, but I probably don't want to play around with it either. Get a lot of drug addicts and stuff that come in here, thugs, people want to be badass, and I don't have my weapon with me at all right now. So it seems to have relaxed. I think it gets my feeling. It understands that I understand. One more scout across the graveyard. See if we can see anything. Alright. I'm going to follow the radar as I leave. I'll go down the same way that I came up, which is this path over here. And we are going to call it a wrap for now anyway. I will come back and finish this old Allentown summer. Although your daytime footage is probably going to come first, because I just got some images right there behind me, right where I left. Did you see that? That tree area definitely attracting. There's no question about that. And look at, again, messes with my vision. My zoom, it's controlling my zoom. Look at this. Definitely a sign I'm being played with. Alright. Let's wrap this up. We'll follow it on the way down. If anything comes out of this. Look at that, it zoomed me forward. And oops, forgive me there. I'm not even touching my zoom. And my battery is dying again. It is definitely using the energy. Again. Alright. Let's call it. There you go. So these sets of tombstones, the whole sets of them. Anyway, time to wrap it up. Oh, look at this. By the other bench, there's another one right there. And a very big one. Very big. Right in that area. You see that? It's kind of... Oh, not that big?
Length.
Nice. Wow, they're all around me right now. And you can feel them too. Your hairs stand up. It's like your soul can feel them here. Man, we gotta call this a night. That one right there, I'm not feeling too comfortable with. And a good one right behind it. They feel I'm disturbing them, probably. Anyway. Allentown Cemetery, the old Allentown Cemetery. Here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, 10th and Linden. See if we get any more as we pass by these others down here. Two benches coming up on the sides of me here. One right there. One right there. No more though. Energy's lowering. Oh no, it's at an all-time high. Well, it doesn't surprise me that there's spirits here. That comes with the turf when you walk through a cemetery. Well, at least we got to have a little fun with it. Huh? That's it for me. So a fun little trip we had. A fun little pit stop at the old Allentown cemetery. We searched around. Did we get a chance to speak to Tillman Goody? It didn't seem likely. But that can only mean that perhaps his soul rests at peace till the time of its judgment. A soul that perhaps doesn't wander at all. Did we talk to Hank Williams? Most likely not. Even if his spirit wanders, why would it be in Allentown, Pennsylvania, where he spent maybe a week of his life while coming to perform? I'm sure he would have other things to do in another location far, far away. But anyway, did we make contact? Absolutely. A family. Even the child shows itself. A child in the shadow that was sitting there in the cemetery right by the bench where I was standing. Hostile, not really, but perhaps just worried. Like I said, a field trip, just a short little skit, but fun. And how amazing it is that right after we see the family, we just happen to be sitting next to their graves the entire time. So as a field trip comes, and our field trip goes, a short little pit stop, as we get ready to continue our road here on Lehigh Valley Ghost Whisperer. Do stay continued, because here is where things get good. So it doesn't hurt to take a pit stop. Give me my fire. Wait till when you see what we got coming for you. Thank you for watching. See you next time on Lehigh Valley Ghost Whisperer.